for our bride. Who brings his bride to be married today? Go ahead and give her a hug and kiss if you would. Give the groom a nice handshake. And ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Perfect. Now we are all gathered here today to join Joseph and Amelia in holy matrimony. Now this is not a commitment that should be taken lightly or be ill-advised, but be entered into discreetly and soberly. Did you come here with this understanding? All right. So what I'm going to do is start by clarifying your intentions here. And that simply means I'm going to ask you each a question of your heart. Should you agree with that question, you simply answer, I do. Go ahead and face each other if you would. Joseph, do you take Amelia to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day on, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love, honor, and cherish as long as you both shall live? Amelia, do you take Joseph to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day on, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love, honor, and cherish as long as you both shall live? That's good news for both of you, because that means we get to continue. Now, marriage is a beautiful thing, guys. It's one of the firmest foundations that God has for us to truly experience growth and fulfillment in your life. By choosing to live as a married couple for the rest of your days, it's part of my responsibility to let you know that there's some responsibilities that you guys are accepting, that you're going to be there to take care of each other from here on out. Make sure you're there for one another whenever needed. Along with that responsibility, there are also a few changes that head your way. Now, one change you're going to notice will be in the love that you share. Now, there's no doubt in my mind you two love each other very much. You're here getting married. It's pretty apparent. But believe it or not, that love is going to grow even more. In fact, it's going to grow every day from here on out. And it grows so much so that the people that you surround yourself with back home, like family and friends, they feel your love too. It's an amazing process and an amazing change that not only affects you two, but everyone in your community. And then the other thing that changes for you is pretty much everything else. Because what this does is make you better, makes you stronger, makes you more confident, it makes you complete. It can even light up some of your darkest hours, and at one time or another, may even show you your way home. Like I said earlier, marriage is a beautiful thing. Now today, you guys are going to say your vows, place rings on each other's hands, and walk right down that aisle out that door as a married couple. It's going to be the very first steps you take together as such, and it'll be the first of many that lead you on amazing adventures together. Now, I use that T word, together. That's an important word because whereas I hope all those adventures lead you to the tallest mountaintop where the sun will shine, the birds will sing, and life will be amazing, there's going to be times where it brings you through a few valleys as well to get to those peaks. And then that's where that T word comes into play. Because you won't be alone down there. You're going to have your best friend now, right next to you, hand in hand, taking life's adversities on together. So should you stumble, someone's there to catch you now. Or if you happen to fall, someone's going to lift you right back up to your feet. And it's in those valleys where you also learn about respect, commitment, and forgiveness. And those are key ingredients to a long-lasting marriage. And when you make it out of the valley to those hilltops as you set out to, the sun will be shining bright, the birds will be singing your favorite song, and life will be pretty dang amazing for the both of you. And it's at those times that you turn around to look at where you've been. And as you look at those valleys you crossed to get where you're at, you'll realize in an instant that what happened down there isn't what's important. What's important is who you chose to be in the valley with. And here they are standing right next to you right now, ready to commit to you for the rest of your life. So, with that being said, it's time for you guys to recite vows. Now, vows are your open declaration of love. It's the promise of the heart. And we use rings to seal those promises. Do we have rings for the bride and groom? Go ahead and hand them to the groom if you would. I'm going to go ahead and pass your bouquet off and get your... Now, as you look at those rings, you can go ahead and give her your ring. Rings are just as important as the vows. Now, they are the quintessential symbol of marriage and commitment, and they will let everybody around you know that you're married. But the importance of these rings is to let you know who you married, who you love, and the promise you made to that person. So I hope that once these rings are on your finger, whenever you look down at them, on occasion, it brings you right back to this moment, and you recall those things you said to each other today. So, Joseph, I'm going to start with you. What I'd like you to do is go ahead and say your vow, and after you're finished, you're going to place that ring on her left hand. Perfect. All right, Amelia, go ahead and read your vow. Now, as you notice to my left, you go ahead and take one step back if you would. I have some candles lit, and what this is a unity candle. That's the one in the middle, waiting to be lit. Now, each candle on each side obviously represents each one of you. The candle in the middle represents this new union. Now, at the same time, you'll walk over there and you'll light that candle. Now, that's where the flame comes in. The flame is the love you have inside. When those two flames combine to light that new one, it can't be separated. When you leave here today, make no mistake, your love will be one as well. Go ahead and make your way over if you would. Now that middle candle will go home with you today. And when you get back to your house, I'd like you to unpack it, leave it out, and light it often. In times of celebration, times of anniversary, or maybe it's one of those times you're in the valley and you need a little light to show your way out. Because every time you light that candle, you will be magically transported right back to this day, and you will remember all the wonderful things you had said to each other. So, from here on out, I hope that every day that passes for you from here will strengthen and deepen the bond that you just formed. I also hope that you keep this full of tenderness and grace, because special connections like this are rare, and they truly deserve it. But most importantly, work hard to meet this promise you just made with the same love and devotion I see you have for each other today, as you will for every day that follows from here on in. So, having committed to each other in front of God and all these people with the declaration of your vows, the exchange of rings, and the lighting of the unity candle, and as the powers vested in me by the state of Nevada, it gives me great pleasure to announce to everyone here that you two are now married, and you may finally kiss each other as husband and wife. Go ahead and hand it back with your cat. You're going to face the door. And there you go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to come back in here in just a second for a little grand entrance and pictures with everybody else. When they do come back in, I'm going to have everybody stand up. We're going to line up down the aisle, and we're going to scream and holler and cheer for them as they come in, all right? guys are totally allowed to talk.